on Madden Football.
The first quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports.
This taken in right around the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25.
So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive.
And they'll be led out by a former first-rounder in his 4th year now out of Utah State, Jordan Love.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Here, look at this Baltimore defense.
They were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Completion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
One of the things we always talk about heading into a game, who's going to set the tone early, and very early on here, we're seeing the defense is showing they're going to continue to break pressure.
They smelled that early 3 and out, brought the pressure, and the hit forced the incompletion.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Ravens now, ready to get the football for the first time.
They'll be led out by the 5th-year dual threat and former #1 pick in 2019, Kyler Murray.
And he is hot, hot, hot. Yeah, okay, so there's a blemish in there, right? He did throw 1 interception in the last game.
But 5 touchdown passes.
Okay, that's the offset you want.
I say bench him. 5 touchdowns, 1 interception.
You are tough, coach. I thought the ratio was if you got to 3 to 1, your quarterback was operating at peak efficiency. 5 to 1.
And a win.
And a win? Yeah, just let him keep throwing.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
Well, if they can execute the run-pass option like that, it puts the defense in a really, really tough spot.
The running ability of Kyler Murray makes defensive coordinators and players crazy.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Jamison Williams.
His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Ravens get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession.
And they come in losers of 2 straight. And remember, they've got the open date on their calendar next weekend. But you think it's vitally important, Charles, that they focus on the task at hand here?
Absolutely, because these players, they know what's coming up. And the difference between taking time off following a win versus doing so on a 3-game losing streak, that's absolutely huge because they may come back if they lose this game to a facility, and there may be new faces in there and some teammates lost.
A second down throw for Love.
That's caught. Allen Robinson.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Took him 5 tries, but he is able to complete that first pass of the game.
And could you hear the exhale all the way up here? Not just from him, coaching staff, offensive line, receivers. Now he's off the schneid. Can they get him going in a nice groove where he becomes a little more consistent throwing the football?
Because you miss those first 2, but you get up the 0 for 4 range. That can be a little tricky, but able to settle in, hopefully.
Yeah, now you won't have any confidence issues. Now you can kind of get it back even with just 1 throw.
And he will
have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And they'll use him out in the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
A first carry for the all-pro running back. It's Josh Jacobs.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 13 carries, 65 yards.
It's a pretty mediocre week for him on the ground. Certainly a boon to his offense if he can get a little more output on his touches this week. He should get some more early carries as his team tries to get him into a rhythm.
Second down, Jacobs once more.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs.
And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. And, you know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
First down, Murray.
This one into the hands of the rookie Luke Musgrave.
And able to get this one across the 40. Brought down. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line.
The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. They fake the handoff. Now Murray on the run. He'll let it go deep. Right sideline. It's incomplete. Took a shot. Couldn't connect.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
To throw, it's Murray. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor.
36 yards.
And the Ravens are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And it's now 14-0. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Yeah, look at this Baltimore defense.
They were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass. You know, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. First down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Opposite, three.
Love from the gun. Short pass to Howard. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that'll... down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
Down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Ready?
On 3rd down, Love. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. The safety blitz staged to perfection.
Menu narration option is set to off.
Sack him for a loss of 6.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They played the Browns last week, got the victory in that game, and so far so good as they've got the lead here.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call, because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
2nd down, another run with Taylor.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
46 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
Partner, we always talk about how important third down is, but I think first down is equally important because everything comes off of that play. If the defense wins the down, they are able to attack. If the offense wins the down, they might go faster, do other things, and change things up. That big play right there allows this offense to really get in gear.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A gain there of 30 big ones. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
To the right side, this is Taylor.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick, and the Steelers are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Absolutely a golden opportunity missed there to add to their lead and really cap off an impressive drive because they've got the advantage and plenty of time to add to it. But on the flip side, plenty of time for an opposing comeback as well. So when you have the chance to distance yourself from opposition so early, partner, you know you don't want to let it slip away.
Following the interception, Love. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Off the play fake, Love. He's got his target. That's complete. Down the left sideline. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Allen Robinson, his first touchdown of the year. And the Steelers have cut it back within a score. A point after, good by Groupie. And that'll make our score 14-7. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Throwing now is Murray.
Throws out left, it's caught by Williams.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. His 2nd catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up 3rd down now.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
That is caught, and he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. This is caught. It's Brown. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Again, they'll throw with Murray. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Steelers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
Now the Steelers hustling up to the line of scrimmage. Love now on 2nd down. Middle of the field, it's Robertson. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. First down, Love to pass. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Love now. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
They'll send Brown in motion right.
Ready.
They'll fake the jet sweep there. Instead, hand to Jacobs up the middle.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. 55-yard punt, 11 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock.
Watkins in motion left.
A final shot before half for Murray.
Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete. Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the 3rd quarter.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half.
And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Raven offense set to start this 3rd quarter. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this 3rd quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. To throw is Murray.
And that's going to be caught downfield by Brown. Now he's loose down the left sideline.
And in for the Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, 74 yards. Ravens.
And the Ravens come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2.
They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, the next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Working out of the gun. Love. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch it, turn upfield, and pick up the first down.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Love.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Ready.
To throw now. Here's Love. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 2nd down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Love from the gun on 3rd down.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. Murray's throw completed to Brown.
5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Murray going to throw. This will be caught by Brown. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Play action. Now it's Murray.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 44-yard line.
First down, Baltimore.
Murray now running right on the option.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it. Most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown with his second touchdown of the game, fourth of the year.
And the Ravens have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Steelers 7. Sam Martin set to kick off.
So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes.
And deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
To throw, it's Murray. Flushed out right. Murray fighting, lost the football, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2.
Coach.
They'll let Taylor try and run.
And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Let's go now.
Play action this time with Love. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
It's now 3rd down.
On the double.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Back now. Pittsburgh. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Here we go.
This offense so far on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 9.
Yellow.
Here's Love. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Desperation time here. Love on 4th down.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to do.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Josh Jacobs with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Groupie able to add the PAT.
And that'll cut the lead down now to 22. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
On the stop that time, it was Josie Jewell. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. Chauncey Golston able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down.
That's a ball he needs to let go of there. Wasn't the most time in the world to work through his progression, but NFL quarterbacks, they've got to sense the pressure. They've got that internal clock, and the ball has to be gone. And if you're not going to escape and run for it, you have to let it go before the pressure gets to you and puts you on the ground.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Throwing now is Murray. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal?
Taylor. And Taylor, I don't think he got there. No, he did not. Unable to break free, and he's marked short.
No gain on the play. It's 4th and goal.
They turn to Taylor on 4th. And this time he is in.
Jonathan Taylor with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field.
And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
And the ball comes out. Love lost it, but fortunately he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, But I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
Striker, 3-3. Shot, 17. Set, cut.
On 3rd down, Love. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. This is intercepted.
Derek Stingley picks it.
And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when you intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
Back to throw it, Murray.
A short throw to Musgrave.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out. But I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
And they'll be backed up a bit to start as he's out of bounds at the 16.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
Ready, ready.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
Ready, ready.
Jordan Love ready on 1st down here. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Here we go.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Ready.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Set, cut.
Love looking to throw it. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
The Steelers send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. And taken right on the 30. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going.
Well, they came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the 4th.
Yeah, and it was apparent that they were the better team, right? We figured that out pretty early. But give them a lot of credit for staying with it. They didn't stumble around out there. They didn't create a lot of errors for themselves because they were the superior team. They took care of business and closed them out pretty quickly.
He's going deep for Brown. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away.
Taken at the goal line. And that final kickoff concludes the ball game, partner. And one side, a really nice win in this one. They were good on offense and on defense.
And I'm guessing in the other locker room, partner, the head coach is just telling his team, hey, we didn't play well enough to keep it close enough where that one possession down the stretch might have given us an opportunity to win the game.
So for the Ravens, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7.